And we are live. Welcome, everyone. Finally back after a long break. But yeah, today I am joined by my lovely co-caster Ed.
Hello, hello.
But yeah, today is an exciting one. Abyssal Viper against Gucci Gang. Of course, as usual, I don't know too much about at least enemy team. Luckily, this one I do know a bit. I've had some experience with them in the past. At least some of their other teams. They are quite decent. One of the better teams in the league for this split. Of course, Abyssal Viper, as we know, are one of the favorites to win the entire league. At least if you just judge it based on ranks and everything. So we will be taking a quick look at how the different OPGGs look, so you all have a bit of a feel of how the games today will go. Um, See if I can get this here to work.
It definitely looks like we're looking at fairly even rank distribution across the board. There are a few Emerald players mixed within the Diamond and Master that makes up most of the players that will be playing today. What I think we should look out for is there are a couple of players on either side that both definitely prefer to just play one champion or just a handful. The actual pool of champions is probably going to be a bit of a limitation as we are just getting the op.gg of Abyssal Viper, but looking over at their opponents on the side, who we started off on red side, also to note. Um, their jungler loves to play Gwen. 37 games already this season in
Holy.
2 weeks. So averaging 2.5 games a day, which doesn't sound like much, but it does very quickly add up.
Mhm.
And other players on their team haven't quite got the same numbers in games. Gwen just seems to be a reoccurring champion for all of them, or at least their solo laners and their jungler. So that's definitely going to be one of the champions that may be taken away by a Abyssal Viper. We'll have to wait and find out, but that's definitely one of the ones I can see getting banned. Kale as well looks to be quite common, but
True.
you'd have to look back into previous seasons to find the champions that are actually played not very much, but are very proficient on. That's kind of what you need to look for, rather than looking at the champions they're one tricks on. They may be comfortable on them, but get into their own head, be too confident about their abilities, and run it down a little bit.
For
As
sure.
I'm able to join spectate.
One thing I am looking forward to a lot this game is gonna be the bot lane. Especially because when looking at Gucci Gang here, their ADC definitely seems like one of the stronger players. Support also up there. Um, but as I know, as of course Viper is our team, our bot lane here quite strong. It is to be noted though that the support for Viper today, it is gonna be his first game with the team, so very interested to see how that's gonna go. Of course, very talented player, already hitting Grandmaster with 650 LP so far this season. So has had a really good early climb here. So excited to see how he turns out. Probably gonna expect his Alistar to be banned out, as we see he has a lot of games there. But yeah,
So, Fizz, do you want to walk us through what the format for these games is going to be? I see it's best of three. Is it fearless?
yes. So the format for the entire tournament, the split is luckily quite nice. The league has decided to go with fearless finally in the lower divisions as well. So all games throughout the splits will be fearless, best of three. Um, so that will be very nice. Um, and then for the playoff, it will be a best of five. If or let's say when we make it to playoff, it will be best of fives. We have to play there. So a lot of games to look forward to throughout the season. Luckily, we are gonna be experiencing the gameplay of Fearless this season, which is really nice. I think it brings a lot of dynamic to the different games and just mixes up the games a bit and gives us a bit more variety on the gameplay we see. Um, so that's gonna be really really nice. Um, but yeah,
Very nice to hear. As we're waiting for the beginning of the draft, I don't think this game is actually meant to start just yet. We've still got a few minutes
yeah,
before everyone should be finding their way into the lobby.
yeah. We should be starting around now. I do see the enemy team have none of them has been making it into the draft so far. Um, which is a bit interesting, of course, but we'll have to see what that is about.
We love organization or trying to organize a group of people to be here at the same time. It's always what we love to do, and we will see how long it does take. But with the new season that's come around, it's a whole new set of mechanics. Is with so early on, is what's really changed? Well, Atakan's gone. A lot of objectives have been taken away. Dragons are more powerful than they used to be. So dragon stacking is another, well, even bigger port of call to go towards.
mm,
Grubs will be more important as turrets have simply got more health, but they've got the crystalline overgrowth to take as essentially a demolish for every champion. Which I don't know about you, but I've still been going demolish despite these changes, which basically give everyone a demolish. I think the demolish rune is weaker, but still has its place simply because turrets have so much more health.
yeah,
They
that's
take a
true.
lot longer to get through.
That is definitely true. But yeah, I think also one thing to look out for is how the different teams and players in general will be playing around these lane quests. Because we know they give really big power spikes to different lanes, especially in the mid lane. As soon as you finish your quest, you get such a good power spike with those upgraded boots against your opponent. Um, so it is exciting to see how they will be playing around that, or if it's something the team has gotten used to and is able to utilize on a bit. Um, but it does look like the enemy team is now slowly making their way into the lobby here. So yeah, apparently they are having some issues with their mid laner. But yeah, it does seem like they are slowly making it in now. So we should get the at least the draft going very very soon. Of
Good. Well, we have progress.
mhm.
As Broken Blade said, where there's delusion, there is hope. We can be, we can have delusion of this game starting soon and have hope. But as we do see, many people are now joining the lobby. So how long it's going to draft. But Fizz, you know Abyssal Viper the best.
Mhm.
What are we looking towards? Are we looking at front to back team fighting? Are we looking at a hyper carry ADC? What are we looking at
Um,
for their game plan
to
that
be
you're willing to say publicly before the game?
Of course, I need to be careful a bit on like how much I say here. I don't want to ruin anything for the team, but I do expect them to play a very very good game. I think we're gonna see a lot of kills. Uh, we have some really really talented players individually, and as a team, they are really really strong. They've had some roster issues and stuff, but I think the roster we have now gone with here is more than capable of playing together as a team. But just in general, as individuals, all these players are so talented. So I think we will see a lot of fighting and a lot of kills during this game.
We love to see a bloodbath this early on into the season
Mm-hmm.
before things get a chance to be so refined that they just die down a bit. That's how we want it to be. As I'm looking at a full lobby here, I don't know if they're missing a coach or what, as they're moving themselves around. But really, he's got a full lobby so far. Should not be
We are
long
missing at least one I
until
can
draft
see
start.
because Felix Mortis is the coach of Viper, so he should be in Spectator. I don't know why he's on Team 2 here. Um, so we are missing at least one player here. But it shouldn't be too long. Uh, there are, of course, rules and stuff in terms of delay and if teams are late, so we will follow those accordingly if it is needed. but hopefully they will be here soon and we can get the game started within not too long.
Indeed, we will see. But I do wait for seemingly just one more player to come through
Mm-hmm.
and draft, hopefully starting soon as Abyssal Viper on blue side so far. We'll see how the preferences want to go. I don't think we're following the newfound way of pro play of one side chooses pick, one side chooses side. We're just sticking with the good old classic blue side gets first pick, red side will have second,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
one
it
player
will
has now
be.
left.
So the way side selection works throughout the entire split is during the regular split here. The team listed on the left of the website, leagues.gg, the official league website, will be blue side for game one. Then the loser of game one will pick for game two, and same with game three. Loser of game two picks for game three. When it then comes for the playoffs, it is the best seeded team. They get side selection for the first game, and then again the loser gets to pick side for the next game afterwards. So yeah, we could see games where we have the same sides all three games, but usually from experience the teams like to switch it up a bit. It can do a lot with like mentals and that kind of stuff. So, but it has happened before that we've seen 3-4 games of the same sides. But we are still missing two players here now from Gucci Gang.
Yep.
Um,
Having losing games on one side, then switching over to the other, just to give yourself almost like a fresh perspective on the Rift
mm,
is very important in these games. As now only missing one player, only one to go, as we're looking to try to progress into the games, into the draft as soon as possible.
mm.
But Abyssal Viper, they're ready. As you said, it's their support's first game with them, so is this first game, or I'm sure they've played scrims together in the past?
Nope. First game,
Nope, no scrims?
all in all. No scrims, no officials, no
Okay,
flex, no nothing.
we love to hear that.
We brought the player
So I
on.
guess this is,
Yeah, we brought the player on board the team earlier this morning, and he is now here ready for the first official. We got good sources that he is a
lovely.
reliable and good player, so we trust our sources and put our faith in this support here. But I have just double checked. According to the rules, since enemy team has now been more than 5 minutes late, they are supposed to lose the first three bands of of game one. Um, so I will of course clear with the Abyssal Viper here if that is a rule they want to enforce or they want to let it slide, since there can be some issues.
So it looks like the final member has finally been invited to the lobby. We are just waiting on, it looks like the support of red side.
Yep, it does look like that. Hopefully he will be here soon, so we're not looking at a 10-minute delay.
As there's not much else we could say to build up this game as we wait. There is only so much content we can make between them. As
Yep.
I've seen latest subscriber, Small Nuggy, we love to see it. Just see it looking across the stream. As for those of you interested in LEC at the same time, Team Heretics versus Giant X is just starting. They've just started draft. Hopefully we can follow them and show LEC what it's like to actually have a proper draft for once.
Yep. I mean,
As
I've seen the draft that the coach of Viper can do, and I am excited to see what he's gonna cook up for this game. If it's gonna be the more traditional ones that we usually see, or if he's gonna go off the books and make something a bit more interesting and fancy, as that is something that he definitely could be looking at do.
Yeah, hopefully it's as interesting as what's just happened to LEC, where there's a Malphite first pick. Um, if we can keep up the source just like that, as Abyssal Viper have readied up in the draft, they've also sent a ready check in the chat of the lobby. So it looks like we are going to be progressing, hopefully sooner rather than later, as we just wait on the red side.
Mm,
On the team, we don't know much about. We know something about the players, but the team itself, I'd say they're the underdogs going into this, as we said earlier. Abyssal Viper, rank-wise, looking to be the favourites. As it looks like both sides have said ready. They've given the red side a name. We should be progressing further imminently. As yes, we have begun in the draft. What's Abyssal Viper going to go for first? The
yeah,
Volley Bear as their first ban.
here it
Bit of a
is.
flex pick, but bit of a flex pick. I think it's mainly towards the jungle player on the opposing side. They've got the few Volley Bear games at least this season. Obviously, we can't see much further back without going very in depth into their account.
Mm-hmm. I see that the website here has changed a bit of design. Of course, Gucci Gang here losing out on their first three bans. Some altercations between either them being late, but also them having to use an emergency sub. Also makes the rule of emergency subbing where you lose first three bans of game one. So no ban from them here in the first three. But now we are going into the picks, and we actually see Viper going to first pick the Gwen instead of banning it. Very, very interesting. This is where Fearless comes in very, very clutch. Because they now know that the Gwen is completely gone.
There's no point using a ban on a champion when you got first pick and you're
Mm-hmm.
comfortable in picking it.
Yep. I
So you
mean,
got it's a lot of top lane slash bruiser jungle bans. I guess that's where they want to really go towards, as the Garen does
ooh,
get locked in.
very interesting pick here. I love to see a Garen. I love to see some spinning in the top lane. Always makes for
Maybe
some good plays.
spin to win against snip to win.
True.
And
Ooh.
Yunara's been OP so far this season.
Yep. I know. I've had
And
my fair share of run-ins with Yunaris that has been very fed. It is not a fun thing to deal with. So hopefully they
it's
can
not
lock her
exactly
down.
the best thing to go towards. We've seen a little bit of it in pro play as well, just doing so much damage later on into the game, able to take out pretty much anyone. As what are we looking at towards? The Corki being hovered, is it going to get locked in and secured?
It will be.
It is. These are a lot of power picks getting taken away in game one. The
Oof.
Jace, probably in the jungle.
I
I think
mean, it could
we've
be a
seen
bit
Jace
all
jungle
over.
rise
Yeah.
in popularity.
Um.
Lethality Jace jungle is pretty big. It's either Jace or Gwen
Yep.
going jungle. They're going to go one way or another.
I mean, it could
Obviously,
also be a
Jace,
wild shout with the Jace mid. I've seen it happen. I've seen it work. As I
it is
said,
possible.
the coach of Viper is known to be a bit wild sometimes with the picks. So we could see something a bit untraditional. And now Gucci Gang
As,
here gets the opportunity to actually make some bans now. So yeah, they will be
let's
going
see where they
for
want to look.
the. Oh, see that is very
Is
interesting
Mal
here.
a Malphite ban whilst Jace and Gwen have both been picked? Clearly, they think that Jace is on the top side, but they can see they've got Garen, Yunara, Wukong, all AD damage so far. The only AP damage will come from the mid lane, which I suppose is typical when you're looking at games with a mid lane mage. Having your only AP damage be that mid laner does give them a chance to carry as well. Nautilus being taken away on the side of Abyssal Viper, the Braum being hovered Braum is a very good counter into the Yunara, being able to block most of her damage with the wall. He just buys some more time for his team. Are they going to go through with the Braum? They've got a few seconds just to discuss it. It's a bit more of a sensible ban rather than banning another top laner, as they do go for it. Is it going to be another support ban on the side of Abyssal Viper? It looks like they want to get rid of these tanky support role champions,
Yeah,
as the rel being hovered. They seemingly want to force an enchanter support onto red side, which definitely works when you're playing with a Jace having less body block ability from the carries.
very true, very
The
true.
rel does get banned, and
Ooh,
Alistar immediately taken away.
makes a lot of sense
A
for
good,
them to pick the Alistar here, deciding not to ban it. We know the Viper support very good on the Alistar, so again the field is
a
here
good
being
choice.
used.
Yeah, Corki also a very prominent ADC alongside the Alistar,
Hmm.
just due to Alistar being able to CC in one place. The Corki W doing a lot of damage early levels. The Karma being hovered is,
Ooh.
I believe, a good idea into the Alistar, as it stops him from being able to run out of the fight,
Hmm.
as well as giving some shields.
And it will be the Karma
He
being
does go
locked
for
in
it.
here. And
It's going to be a lot
now,
of very big poke lane outside.
now we get to see a bit of where people are going. So it looks like it will be Jace or Gwen, jungle and top. And
Top
then
jungle.
for the mid lane here, what do they decide to go with? They have to blind pick it,
I
but
don't,
is he comfortable
I
on
don't think
wall?
they. I don't think they have to go for a mage in the mid lane. They can go AD.
Hmm.
They do still go for the Orianna, which is a good pick. I think I would have liked to have a few more range champion. Apologies. I'd rather have a few more range champions on the opposing side when going for an Orianna.
A
The Garen,
Clara.
the Wukong, the Alistar won't really care about a shockwave.
Mm-mm.
So the Yunara is really the only target. Let's see what else goes in the mid lane as a target for this shockwave.
I mean, we know
I
Orianna.
really hope it's a
Orianna very hard to play
Fizz.
against. If Fizz is a good pick into it, he can dodge a lot of the things that Orianna can throw at him. Um, so interesting
Was
to see
Fizz
how
named
this is gonna
after you,
turn
or
out.
you named after Fizz?
I've been asked that before, but yeah, no. I came after the fish, even though my name was not based off of the League character. It was just randomly given, and then that is actually what kind of inspired me to play League. That and then an evil friend of mine who made me play, and now I'm addicted.
My brother got me into this game, uh, and he then quit about 6 months after getting me into it,
Damn.
and I never stopped playing. So
Holy.
there we go.
Alright.
As
But yeah, the draft
we
has
got range
concluded now
picks on
here.
lobby.
So yeah, in general with these drafts, I like both drafts to be honest. Very good, very traditional for the most part. Abyssal Viper a bit more off here, I think, from what we usually see. They don't really have any like proper front line. They really want to just go in, fight, kill everyone, and get out. Um, I think that is what they will
Very
be playing
skirmish
for.
heavy team.
Yep. Where on the Gucci gang here side is a bit more traditional. You got the Wukong going in with the Alistar. You now are staying back, Fish doing his fish things, and then Garen just spinning around. Um, so a bit more what we usually see. Um, but I think it will make for some interesting team fights during this game. But we are now going into the official draft. Since it is with tournament codes, there will of course be some delay here where we now go through the draft once more. But that does allow me to make some big announcements that some of you might have seen or heard of throughout our official Discord. We have now published our official Instagram site and Twitter account as well, so make sure to go follow those. I sadly haven't had time to set up the Twitch channel, so I don't have the links currently in the description of the Twitch channel, but they will be there for the next
Auto
stream that
shutdown
we have.
initiated.
Why is my headset shutting off? But yeah, for now I will just quickly send the links in chat for everyone that want to go and check out our social media accounts here. Why can I not?
We're just going through the draft in the lobby, as
Auto
expected.
shutdown
We do it
cancelled.
to get it done twice, as one way we are able to actually see the
Charging
champions picked through
battery.
Fearless, which, as you get towards a certain point, maybe just do it within the client just to maintain integrity. But for now, we are going to be sticking here as we get through to the second set of bans. I think on red side, they just banned Talon as it's a wasted ban. But if you go to the chat, you can see Fizz has put in the Instagram and the X account, or Twitter account, as I still like to call it,
Yep.
of the Abyssal Esports.
Yeah, I still call it
Go
Twitter as
follow.
well. But yeah.
Yep, it's never going to be X in my head.
Nope. But yeah, make sure to go follow our socials over there. We will post whenever we have any official games, any news. There will also be some exclusive content, some interviews behind the scenes, and all that kind of stuff within the future. We are working on doing more with it. Besides that, even bigger news. We have now officially launched our own website. Um, Over there, you will be able to see everything about the org. You'll see information about us, all our teams, all our players. You will see a more laid out schedule where you can see all the different games we have throughout this split, at least for all the Danish teams. All of our other teams will come up there as well as soon as we get their schedules in, as they are not currently finalized, um, but they will be there soon. Besides that, you will also see weekly newsletters and just follow along on how the org is doing in general. So definitely go take a look over there as well. There you can also find some information about our players and see who they are. There will be more info posted about our players, some biographies about them and stuff throughout the next few weeks as we slowly get them all made. So yeah, very exciting to finally have all that up and running. So definitely go and check it out and give it some support.
Yeah, all the places you need to go to find out what's coming up, what's going to be happening of Abyssal Esports,
Mm-hmm.
and all the competitions that they're in. We've gone through the draft. There will be a spectator delay of 2 to 3 minutes. Recently, I've been getting a bit lucky in it being closer to 2 minutes, but
Yep.
we will see. Sometimes it's been as bad as 4 minutes before. I think it just depends on how much Riot likes us on the day. Let's see
Yeah.
how much karma we've gotten. Are we looking good? Are we looking bad?
But yeah. Also, quick
As it's
note,
going to be.
quick note for the website. Big thanks to Nordion Studios for sponsoring and partnering with us in the creation of the website. Um, so definitely go check them out as well if you are looking to get any kind of development made, whether it's for websites, for servers, or any kind of things. They are a definite go-to that can do basically whatever your needs are in terms of server hosting and with development. But yeah.
So it looks like our spectator delay is actually going to be less than 2 minutes. I think someone's done something, whether in chat or as one of us two, to please the server gods today. We
Yep.
have 2 minutes to get in, but let's just break down what we're going to be looking into this game. We still don't really know where this Gwen and Jace are going. That's just let me jumbled up. I didn't actually see where they were beforehand. I think it's Gwen top and Jace jungle. Jace jungle, if there
Mm.
isn't any body blocking for this Yunara, will kill her in 2 hits.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
Um,
but the Yunara will do. It's basically who can one shot the other first.
yeah.
The Karma is going to do her best to keep shields up and keep people alive. That will only be really successful in the early game. As we get later on, this Karma is slowly going to get essentially as a movement speed bot, because at that point, she's just going to have to empower E, give movement speed to everyone, and just try to do what she can. The poke will only really be successful in the early game. The shielding won't be substantial enough later on to survive against the Yunara and the Fizz. I am interested by the Fizz. He's a champion that's sort of been lurking under the radar for a while. He has a lot of damage. He has his way out with his E. He has a little bit of range damage on his ultimate,
Mm-hmm.
but it hasn't been buffed or nerfed in a very long time, whereas everything else has been generally nerfed. So Fizz has risen through the power rankings just by not getting changed. And that's something we typically see in Enchanter supports, as champions like Soraka became really powerful, not because she was buffed, but because all the other Enchanter supports were nerfed. Things like Karma right now, the other Enchanter supports are relatively weak compared to her, so we'll have to see how she can do. As I've given the option to reconnect, I guess I will take the option to reconnect.
I
I'm
have as well, but it
then given
is not allowing me.
then given to reconnect again.
So are dealing with some technical issues here. As of course, first game of the split, always going to be some kind of issues. But hopefully we can get those worked out fairly quick. Uh, but yeah, I was a bit curious when the spectator delay showed only 2 minutes. I know it should be at least three. So could just be some issues there with the client letting us through a bit earlier than we are supposed to.
Yep, might have to wait just a minute or so longer. We will, I suppose, find out as it does happen. We just gotta keep trying to reconnect and see what happens until something does. As hopefully we can get some sort of insight as to what is happening in the game, one way or another.
I am still not being allowed in here. Let's see if we can get something done about this. I am still not being allowed in here.
I am not being allowed either, so
Yeah, we'll just give it another minute or two before I try closing down client and stuff, because that could also cause some issues. Mm,
don't worry, Nugget. I've also sent a couple messages to him with no response.
Oh, you're having issues as well, Felix. Yeah, we're having some issues connecting into the game. The players are in the game and are 5 minutes in game, so I am not quite sure what is happening here. I will try and close the client down, see if we can get something fixed. Um, so we'll quickly swap over to here. Just quickly try and switch this out, because right now it's just showing black screen for some reason. See if I can get that fixed. Uh, I will quickly try and take a look at some of the other games. No, they are able to get into spectator, so it is nice to see that we are actually currently sitting on almost more viewers than the official league streaming Division 1. So that is very, very interesting. Very nice to see.
Don't mind if we do.
Um,
Good to know that the official one that's actually watching the game has almost less than an org that can't actually get into it.
Alright, let's see here. if it's allowing me in now.
Felix has put a fix it Felix into the chat,
Oh,
apparently.
uh, I will try and do that. Thank you, Felix. Let's see here.
No, that is what we just attempted
Okay,
to no success.
yeah,
So
that does work. It seems. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Ed, are you friends with any of the players? I don't expect you to be.
nope.
I will give you a screen share here so you can follow along then.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna quit and come out and have a look here.
And there we go.
Alright, we're gonna jump in quite far into the game. As we see 1-1 in kill score, so something has happened. Hopefully we'll have time to go back, but we can see Jace is in red side jungle. Not really, not much collapse potential at the moment. Garen
Now,
freezing the wave on the top side.
I am now, of course, having some
And
issues with the stream now not being able to show the game.
see the game.
So hopefully I can get that fixed very soon here.
Well, just for those, as I can see the game to give updates on what is happening. We have 1 kill to either side. Blue side, Abyssal Viper, currently up almost 1,000 gold. Can't see where it's from, as we only see what we can so far. But it looks like a little bit of trading in the mid lane, as the Orianna is losing out to the Fizz only just as Fizz's double buffs have just expired. And looking at the state of the game, it looks like something happened towards the bot side to get a kill there. There's a bit of an XP discrepancy. Whereas I think Fizz at some point was able to get a kill onto blue side's Jace, as he did have double buffs, so that would explain it. As there's a little bit of trading going on the bot side. No kills so far, just a lot of damage taken
There
by
we
red
go.
side's Alistar and blue side's Corki.
We now have
As his string
everything
goes up.
up and running. And let's just quickly get up to date here. We're gonna play a bit on 2x speed here for a bit. Just to catch up, but still see what is happening.
We're going for a gank Alistar with his Hex Flash forwards, but nothing coming through as blue side able to step away in time. We have a fair amount of trading on the top side, no real damage getting done, as both sides trying to fight for wave control, more or less, as Gwen does go forward with her ultimate, but looks like Garen is able just to walk away. Gwen's ultimate down. Looks like she wants to push the wave. As we keep going forwards at 2x.
Also, key thing that Biscuit here is pointing out, there is already quite a significant CS lead in this mid lane now. Slowly building up for this Orianna for Sever.
As Corki's the one who's healthy on the bot side, that's really who you need it to be. He is also the damage. And yeah, the Orianna with the CS lead, Fizz with a kill in the pocket, so has a little bit of gold extra. But so does the Orianna actually, so I suppose that's evened out more.
There we go.
As what's going to happen here is that we're looking towards an invade on the bot side. The Jace QE does land onto the Alistar. Alistar one auto attack.
Just about able not to get that kill, but Wukong now in. Is he able to gonna get out? It is not. It will be Karma picking up the kill though. Not quite what you want to see, but they will be taking that kill and potentially looking for a dive here under this tower. Both Alistar and Yuna are looking very low.
At Gwen, I think it's dancing on the top side. Not the little bit of disrespect shown, but her ultimate is back up and she's going for the Garen again, getting him down to about 500 HP before running out of ultimate charges. And I doubt there's going to be a dive come from this. Gwen does have Ignite, which at this point in the game does about
Garen now tries with
Garen
the ulti. It is
well.
not enough. Gwen will pick up that kill. The ignite being used from Garen, also the flash earlier, but now it's Wukong here looking. Gwen still has the flash to be able to get out. Doesn't actually
May
need to
have to
use
use
it.
it. Wukong trying to use the clone to get closer, but to no avail. Alistar may have gone a little bit too close. Karma flash over the wall, but
Oh, and here
no
comes the
Q on
Karma
Tesla to
stun.
slow
It will
down.
proc out there. Now the Corki here as well. He will pick up that kill. That is very, very good for this bot lane here from Viper.
A 2,000 gold lead before 10 minutes into the game. And it's looking very good for Abyssal Viper. They've got the scaling of the Orianna. The Corki is also ahead with a good amount of good CS lead as well. They're winning in every single department, it looks like. Karma just going to miss the UR with her empowered Q. But again, top lane, we keep looking up there because it's constant fighting.
It is. It is usually what we see in these top lane scenarios, especially when you have a Gwen Garen. They constantly looking to try and do damage to the enemy. No, Longbow Summit is not playing today. Summit will be playing on Friday.
I believe there is a scrim tonight, but no official game. As Fizz ultimate goes wide of the Orianna.
It does. It does.
So
Karma here looking
any
for the
kill.
stun. Not quite able to get it off. Now
There's any
Wukong
kill
in the
from
mid
Fizz
lane.
shot.
It's gonna take
Does
some
have
damage.
ultimate.
Now it's the Orianna here with
The
the
Orianna's
ultimate, doing a lot of damage, but is it enough though? Here comes the ball. Not quite. Both Wukong fish running for their life here, being very, very low. Allowing the
As we can see,
Karma
it's going to
and
be.
Chase now to walk in.
As we can see, it's going to be a lethality. Jace already has an Umbral Glaive to be able to see wards without a sweeper. Does have a sweeper as well, but it's got a lot of vision, able to clear away by the Jace. There's also 20 CS up over the Wukong. Orianna takes the turret shot before being able to proc the crystalline overgrowth on the turret. Alistar hex flashing.
But Corki here very good at avoiding that a bit. But Jay's now looking Wukong, also looking for this bot side here. But Viper having vision all over this Wukong, knowing his every move.
Look at that, the Phaline. Is it Phaline overgrowth? I forget what it's called with the extra vision.
Yes, it's something Phalites. Yes, that is the name of it.
As will give some a lot of vision over the river for the time being.
Oh, the fish now looking for this Gwen in this top side. Gwen still having the flash, also has the ignite. Here comes the ultimate though, to get some damage off. Fish now with the dive. He does still have his jump. There it is. Gwen actually here still looking quite healthy, but again, Garen does have the ulti, so she knows she can't go in here.
Fizz is still lacking a Lich Bane or any item that really gives extra damage on an attack after an ability. I believe that's also what the Gwen has with her first item.
Yep, the new Dusk and Dawn. Very, very strong item. We've seen it being used on so many different AP fighters. Very, very strong item.
Looks like it is essentially Lich Bane, but also works with abilities. I'd imagine that's what Fizz is also going towards for his first item.
Yeah, it will probably be that as well, yeah. But again, this Orianna just bullying him.
He's able to get another plate.
Anything.
The ranged into melee matchup.
This bot lane now here, the Jace is there. Will they be looking for dive? Now Gwen here being caught out by this Wukong though.
Flash.
There's the flash, flashes over the wall. Wukong following as well. Wukong doing a lot of damage now, but Gwen doing so as well. But Wukong will get the kill and the shutdown on this Gwen, making him a bit stronger.
It's all on the Wukong though. If anyone's got to get anything done later on in the game in these teamfights, it may have to be this Wukong. He's the only one with. He's not even that ahead in gold.
Nope.
Like he's got his 2 kills, sure, but he's down 30 CS. Look at that, he is down in gold.
Yeah,
everybody.
Down in gold.
You're down 1,000 gold as an ADC. You're down 100 on top jungle, 1,000 on the support role, and then 800 in mid. What do you have
now
going
the
for you?
Alistar here going in on this Karma. Karma having to flash away is gonna be able to survive that.
There's a flash gone from Karma. That's something they can look to punish on this next dragon, which is up in just under a minute. So that's going to be the next objective. Abyssal Viper does have the first Ocean Dragon. Next will be Cloud. Fizz, place your bets. What's the soul going to be?
Oh, the soul, I think it's gonna be a Chemtech soul.
Okay, I'm putting my money on Mountain.
Mountain.
So we'll find out, I suppose, in about 30 seconds time. It spawns Karma.
Yep.
Trying to go into
Karma
the
here
bush.
taking a lot of damage. The Redemption coming down though is able to keep her alive. She will now walk out. Wukong being very low. Fish with the ulti onto this Corki. It is not enough. Jace though taking some damage. Here's the Alistar coming in. Corki having to flash. There's a lot of damage now from this Jace. We have the Orianna coming in as well, getting the Wukong. There's Alistar falling. It is just the fish running. Can he swim away? He will be able to
get out with his E.
slowly get out.
And in case one person in particular is watching, they'll know who they are. This is why you go Redemption every single game. First item. That Karma was healed 3 times. Empowered W for the proc of it, Empowered W for the actual channel, and the Redemption, which basically gave her another health bar that she had to get through. And the person I was actually talking to has responded, so they definitely know it was them. That's why you build Redemption first every game, rather than your Moonstone.
Yep, for sure. Definitely.
You
Redemption is
simply
such
just
a
live
strong item on enchanters. And yes, Goblin, it is a best of 3.
We are best of 3 in Fearless. Am I right in remembering that loser picks side?
Yes. Loser of this game will pick side for the next one.
Yeah. As we're looking, I'm slightly looking at bot side of Orianna and Yunara. Orianna waiting in the bush. Thank you for the automatic camera for focusing on it for me. As
oh, now the
Gwen's the one
Wukong
who's
though,
actually
trying
being
with the
dove.
dive onto this Gwen. Here comes the Alistar as well with the Nuggup. Gwen not able to stay alive. Rom being very, very low, but no one there to clean anything. They are looking for this Drake in the meantime. Will they be able to do it fast enough? Garen staying in this top lane.
The dive heading on the top side was a little bit surprising. You got a lot of Abyssal Viper. On the bot side, is Garen just going to be able to get free time with this turret? It looks like it because no one's really coming to stop him. Here is a point of strength on the side of red. They've got this Garen for later on. Now able to edge out a lead over the Gwen. Although, first turret was over on the side of Abyssal Viper.
Oh, the fish here taking a lot of damage. There's the ulti from Orianna being used though. That is a key cooldown for Gucci here to remember. Is now down.
But Dragon's also up. Herald spawned in the bot side, on the bot lane, sorry. So this turret definitely won't fall from one cannon minion, but it's going to be a Rift Herald charge. Which side lane turret, tier 2 turret, will go down first? It's either going to be top on the side of red, who are they going for another dive?
It
on
looks
this
like
top
they
lane
are
turret?
lining it up. Alistar there as well. They're forced the tower. Orianna gets the tower in the bot lane though to even it out. One tower for another. In the meantime, mid lane is also slowly falling. Now it's the Gwen trying to make something happen here. There's the
She needs
ulti.
to just clear the wave, but with the 2 on the top side, in the top lane, they're able to get almost all of this mid lane tier 2
Now
immediately.
Orianna here in the top lane as well. Garen knows
just
he
procs the
needs
phase
to
rush
run.
and runs away.
Wukong is there
That's
though.
all he needs. I am very surprised that Abyssal Viper haven't gone for this dragon.
Yes, the Wukong now going for this Orianna. Not
minute.
quite enough though. But Garen is there. Can Orianna do something over this wall? Not
She's
quite.
about to have Shockwave herself. Strike back from the
There it
Garen.
is.
Orianna forced
Try
to
and
use
keep her
Shockwave
alive,
to keep
but
him
the
away.
spin to win Garen. Oh, this Sonya's coming in from this Orianna to avoid the Garen ulti. Very good reaction there from her. Now Gwen with the cleanup on this Wukong, allowing them to secure the kill instead. Very well played there from this
Finally, the
Orianna.
Jason on the dragon.
Yep.
The Wukong has been on the top side of the map for a good 2 minutes now. Basically, the entire time this dragon's been alive. And it's surprising that it took Jace so long to get this dragon. He did have some of a look towards the mid lane for the turret, which may be another thing. As what can I say? It's a mountain dragon.
That is
Rift.
true. I was about to mention you were right with the bet here. It is gonna be a mountain drake. Mountain soul this game. Of course it will be make either team very a bit more tanky, but It's not actually that deadly for any team since none of them are running any big tank. So I don't think we'll see any of the teams really focus too hard on these
Oriana's
drakes.
stepped up too far.
Oh, now it's the Garen here spinning on this Oriana, and there is the ulti to secure the kill. That will be a shutdown for this Garen now, putting him a bit more ahead.
This Garen is
Karma here with the
getting
stun onto
slightly ungettable.
Alistar. You now are trying to do damage. Alistar very low. Corki here pumping some damage as well, but it's not quite enough. Now it's the fish here, the Wukong coming as well. Viper now
His
needs to
ult
be
will go wide.
very
The
careful.
Alistar backing in the open. Oh, the Oriana.
Gwen here
the
though
Inara
on
having to
Garen.
tank.
Garen has to flash away. Is able to stay alive, but the tower falls
We're going to
in the mid
ignore.
lane.
We will ignore the Gwen flash. Okay. We'll ignore the Gwen flash into
Yeah,
the wall.
for sure.
Um,
He meant
we'll
to do
just
that.
keep going beyond that.
He meant to do that,
Yep.
definitely.
There's in several missed Fizz ultimates as well. So all intentional, as we expect. As
Corki
Fizz
here.
was maybe looking for a flank, but the Corki with 2 items already does give him a lot of damage to go with.
Gwen now needs to be careful. Wukong there, fish there. She knows she's running. There's the shockwave coming in from this Oriana. Now Jace jumping on it. Garen though is able to just spin away. As we know, Garen's so hard to catch, especially with that face rush.
Top lane tier 2 may just be falling. There's only Garen and Alistar, but only 2 minions, 1 minion left. There's no wave left for the side of Abyssal Viper as
Auto
they can see so
shutdown
many towards the top
initiated.
side. They see Gwen on the bot lane. This Corki's got to be careful in mid, just so he doesn't get caught. Corki is a very safe ADC with his W, but there are a lot of gap close abilities on the side of red.
Auto shutdown
as
cancelled.
Everyone's backing away. Baron has spawned. It did about a minute ago, but there's not going to be any
Charging
T1
battery.
Barons so far.
Yeah, I think now we will see both teams just slow it down a bit more. Viper here has a solid lead. I think they just want to build on this, look for some picks, and just slowly play this game out, and not look to make too many mistakes. Gwen here having to dash a bit away. Garen now going in with the spin, but here's the ulti coming in from Gwen, doing some damage. There's the redemption as well, healing up Gwen. Now Garen being low, but Gwen respecting the enemy team here, having to back off.
The extra levels for both top laners, making Garen and Gwen both level 15, while the supports are still both level 9.
That is so crazy.
It is funny to see. It is funny to see these level differences. As I stand mistaken, Alistar has just ticked over to level 10.
Yeah.
But a fight for vision on this top side. Oriana, weirdly, the Wukong is the one who's collecting this top wave. The Oriana going to be fighting back against it. Fizz is able to get up here with, I believe that's just a Chroma for Fizz.
Oh, and here's the Oriana shockwave onto this Wukong. Wukong taking a lot of damage. Jace now here flashing in to secure the kill on Wukong. In the meantime, Garen with the ulti onto the Gwen will secure that kill. Now we see Viper looking for this top tower. They got the Oriana, the Jace doing some damage, and it will fall. But Garen is able to respond, getting the tier 1 in this bot lane as well.
And the Gwen stepping up to the Garen after having used her ultimate in the previous fight. Garen, with his passive healing, is always going to be a lot higher health than you think he's going to be when he disappears for about 20 seconds or so. So the Gwen going down to the Garen has a needlessly large rod. Imagine it's either going to be a Zhonya's or it's going to be a death cap for a next item. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a death cap, just for the pure damage of it. Next dragon, 30 seconds on the mountain dragon. Is it going to be Soul Point for Abyssal Viper, or is it going to be the first dragon on the opposing side?
A very good question. It does seem like Gucci here is moving towards the Drake here, trying to set up some vision around it. Now it's the fish running into the Oriana, taking some damage, but slowly just jumping away. Karma trying to get
Oriana
back some
with
vision.
2.5 items. And the Fizz does have a Seeker's on guard, so we'll be able to go invulnerable once. As the Garen, even being 2 levels up on the Gwen, I imagine it's just about a level and a half rather than 2 full levels. I'd imagine that Gwen's going to level up from the wave in front of her. As Abyssal Viper, looks like they are going to be getting this dragon.
They will just
5,000
instantly
health,
started. But
red side.
yeah.
Instead, looking up towards the Baron, they are having many of their team up there. They're about to see that there's no immediate vision other than the far sight alteration that's on the pit. and they just
There's the
try
flash
to catch up
though
with
from the
Karma.
Karma to stay alive. Wukong here having to flash away from the stun from Karma though. So they go flash for flash.
Flash for
Really,
flash.
really good.
Good place to go flash for when it is the Wukong. The Wukong,
The
the
fish
only...
here is looking for some kind of flank. But now has to jump away. The Corki going in. There's the flash from Fish as well.
Yeah,
Here
the
comes the
flash on the Wukong
TP
and the
from
Fizz.
the Gwen. They will be looking to seize this tower. 5v5.
They've seen Wukong just from the Gwen TP.
Yep.
A flash on Wukong and on Fizz. They're the two that are trying to assassinate your backline. So no flash on them makes it their lives a lot harder trying to kill off this Corki and the Orianna.
Very, very true.
It's going to have to be some sort of Alistar flash combo to try to get into the back. Alistar does have his flash. Garen is actually waiting down in this mid lane.
Now the
If you
Corki
look on the
doing a
minimap,
lot
he's
of
not
damage
quite
to this
showing off screen.
Yunara. It's not quite enough, but she will have to back off now. The Fish ultimate here just about misses the Corki. That is again a very key cooldown.
Garen has been found. They know where he's lurking around the back.
And here the
As
Baron
side of the
instantly being
sniper
pinged.
goes for Baron.
They will just instantly start it up
They're
now.
for it.
Will they be able
No
to
Fizz
melt
ult,
it
no
enough?
Fizz flash,
Or will we see
no
a foul
Wukong
break out here?
flash, and no vision. There's two far sides, only one within range. That's all they're going to have.
At least out here, we'll get some vision on it. But it's too late. It's already been secured, and there will be Baron for Abyssal Viper here. Let's see if they can be able to utilize this. There's the Fish though, going into the Karma. Karma just trying to stay alive with the redemption, the heals. See if she can do anything to just try and spend their time, I think, is the key goal here from her. And she does do that.
That's an extra 130 gold to the Fizz. As Jace, now 3 items, 3 lethality items as well. If you get hit by a QE or EQ, whichever way around you choose to do the combo, you will be losing half your health bar if you are Yunara or Fizz.
Definitely, definitely.
I feel like might be able to take
oh, now it's Brom here on the Corki going in for this. But it's not quite enough. Orianna having to use the shockwave. Now it's the Garen with the ulti onto Corki. Will secure that kill. Wukong now with the knock up there for Jace. Will catch him out as well. He is dead. Orianna standing. Gwen pushing bot in the meantime though. But I don't think she will get too far. It does look like Good Chi here is slowly starting to turn this game around. Making the gold lead now only about 4k, 3k. So not too bad.
That was a very bold W forwards from the Corki. Clearly only expected there to be Yunara and Alistar, who he thought he could be able to take the fight, sure if there's just those two, but the Garen and the Fizz be hiding in the corner, able to catch them out. The Orianna shockwave as well, trying to keep the Garen off of the Corki, but to no success, as luckily there's no major objective spawned on the map, so it'll just be the Baron bus and the kills going over.
Now here, Alistar actually taking some damage, but Fish there with the ulti, just whiffing it, not gonna hit anything.
Fizz and Alistar ultimate going down, so this is the point where you really want to be fighting as Abyssal Viper. Your carries have just respawned on the Corgi and the Jace. This is the point they want to be going forwards. Dragon up in a minute. I don't know the cooldowns on the two ultimates that were just used of Fizz and Alistar, but 1 minute seems a bit close to what they're going to be. As
so much
Jace
damage
does land
there.
a QE.
This Jace doing so much damage with just 1 QE. Forcing Fizz to back off.
This dragon will be soul for Abyssal Viper.
It is. And we do see they are just looking for this instantly. Trying to get vision, trying to get control. They got the lanes pushed out. Bot lane slowly being pushed now by this Gwen. Now it's the Wukong and Garen going in. There's the instant flash from the Gwen. The shockwave coming in from Orianna. There's so much damage now. Wukong will fall. That is such a huge kill for them. Just as this Drake is now slowly spawning. There's the Yunara taking some damage. The root here from Karma. Really, really good. Garen will die. But Fish here with the ulti onto Corki will secure that kill with the Sonyas as well. But now looking for this tower is the Gwen. The Jay is doing so much and it will fall. Gwen going for tower.
That's
meanwhile, Inhib
3
also.
down on red side.
Yep, there's the first Inhib.
With 3 down.
That's a tower and another
Inhib. Looks like, will they just back off for Dragon or will they keep going for more? They don't have any immediate waves. There is one at the tier 3. There it is on mid, but that should be fairly easily cleared out by the Yunara, so they may have to wait for any super minions. is trying to do something, but don't see much of an angle when he doesn't have his Zhonya's or his ultimate. As Jace going to be shredding this dragon with his item.
Yeah.
The I can't remember what it's called, but the scythe, the first item in
Oh
his
yeah,
inventory.
the new Bastion Breaker.
Bastion Breaker. 1,340 true damage to an epic monster. That is
Holy.
a lot. A lot of damage onto many, many things. As there's 2 inhibitors taken. Only 3 turrets standing in total on red side. Their top lane tier 3.
Yeah.
And their 2 Nexus turrets. Inhibitors, of course, will respawn, but Baron will be spawning before that, and the inhibitors will be respawning around the same time as Elder. So that's something to be looking out for, super minions around the time of these objectives. As Jace trying to find somebody he can poke down, as it looks like Abyssal Viper, they're looking for vision around the Baron. A minute and a half on it, so it's going to be the next objective. With the Mountain Soul, they get a little bit of extra shielding, a little bit of extra resistances as well. Can mean that they can forego a defensive item and instead go for one that's offensive. As Jace, that may be an Alistar, but how much damage is he
Yes, the
going to
Gwen now
take?
looking for this
Is also
Alistar.
going
So
forward.
much damage already. Alistar almost falling. The Redemption doesn't hit, so Gwen will fall, but gets the Alistar in the meantime. Now they're looking to form in this
That
top
was
tower.
Yunara ultimate as well.
Very key.
Yunara's got no ult, so it's a lot of resources gone.
Very, very true, very true.
As
Yunara also
Yunara, you got
looking
to be
very
careful.
low here. Jay's just looking to try and get some snipes out. Not hitting anyone, sadly, but...
Actually, that was Wukong ultimate as well, so 2 key ultimates before Baron. I don't think either of them will be back by the time the Baron spawns. 30 seconds on it, maybe Yunara's just watching that little circle get full as we go. So maybe that one will be back, but Wukong ultimate.
Yes, Longbow, it is a best of 3. Now Yunara here looking for this Orianna. There's the Shockwave to keep the Garen away. Here's the Karma to try and help her. She is going to be able to walk out. Now
Phase
Jay's
rush.
here on this
Deflects
Wukong
clone.
doing so much damage, but the clone able to keep him alive. Karma there with the shields. Now with the stun. Fish going in with the ulti. The Sonya's is able to get the kill onto this Karma. But we have
Corki's
here
flanking.
Corki in the bag. Can he do something? We get also Gwen here coming in, one-shotting the
get one
Shinara. Now it's the Corki doing some damage to Alistar. He will fall as well. That is now 2 people dead. They are pinging this Baron. But they are also pinging the
Looks
end.
like they want to just go for the end. Looks like this may be game 1 going to Abyssal Viper as the Jace somehow gets healed by that redemption. I think that's just Moonstone instead. I dare say running out of a redemption is quite an easy thing to do.
Yeah, these towers falling so quickly. There is just nothing that Gucci can do. Jay's now going in to try and secure some more kills here. The fish being low, he will die to the ignite. Garen in the meantime trying to get the kill on Orianna, but again the Sonya's coming in so clutch from her. And that will be the ace. Another 3 kills just to make it look good. And there is the first game going to the side of Abyssal Viper. Very, very good game. Was looking to turn around a bit there in the mid game for Gucci, but Abyssal Viper got the grasp on it again and decided to just close out this game as soon as they saw the opportunity. Very, very good game. Excited to see some more.
Yep. Strong early, which unfortunately we weren't able to see a lot of it, but that is just how things sometimes happen with technical difficulties. And we look forward to game 2 and 3, where what could really change for Abyssal Viper, I think, trying to get a more secure middle game rather than just running forwards. The game had potential to turn around when that Corki W'd forwards into 4. That's probably not what you really want to be doing in a competitive game. But we move forwards as, thank you for sending me the code, and we will go forwards.
Hopefully for this next
Into
game
this
we will
next
be able
lobby.
to hopefully we will be able to get in from the start for this next one without too many issues. But yeah, we'll just slowly be waiting for the players to gather. Since the league is running with 3 different tournament codes for all the different games, so there will be small delay here. Also, teams are allowed up to, I think it's about 10-minute break in between games. So we have a small break here. So we will be right back after a small toilet break, water break, whatever people need. Uh, Alright, and we are back. Both teams has loaded into the lobby. For this next game here, it will be Gucci Gang deciding to go for blue side, um, and Abyssal Viper taking on red side this game. So yeah, both teams has loaded into the lobby and are ready. So we will get the draft started here very soon. I think we're just waiting for coaches now to be ready for the draft, and then it will get started anytime soon now. Alright, looks like Gucci is now ready for the draft, so we're just waiting for Viper now to also get ready. My hair is all over the place today, holy. Also, quick information about everything. I quickly talked about it during the game. This Friday we do have another team playing. It will be Abyssal Shadows going up against another one of our team, Abyssal Mask, in Division 3 of the Danish League as well. Same time as today, so 7 p.m. Central European time. So definitely make sure to tune in for that. I think it's going to be very good. Friendly game there between two of our teams. So I would definitely recommend, if you have the time, to tune in and watch along when that game is going to be happening. But we are now going into the draft here, and of course Gucci this time is allowed to use the first three bans, as they were ready within the time zone that they should. So we are now able to see what they are afraid of here. It seems like the RE coming in first ban. Viper here sticking with the Volibear first ban. Very strong. And Bessa now as well being picked out. Poppy now from Viper. So again, a lot of these jungle top fighters, as they also wanted out in the first game, is now being taken out as well. And here comes the Lucian as well. Alright, Gucci instantly first picking this Ornn. Very
Ornn first pick.
interesting. Very interesting Ornn first pick here, especially when you still have something like the Braum is open, which is a really good counter to him. Aatrox though, being picked here, or at least hovered, not quite sure yet. It would be something new. I will say I have never seen Miyagi play this Aatrox before, but he is a very talented player, so I think he can play a bit of everything. And they will go ahead and lock it in here. Ooh, and I'm looking to blind the Syndra here in this mid lane.
There's a lot of very odd blind picks happening so far
Mm-hmm.
in these games. Ornn first pick isn't exactly, shall we say, traditional.
No, I think a lot of the Ornn first pick here
Although,
comes from the fact that they don't want to allow Viper to have it, since Miyagi is known for his Ornn. He's a very talented Ornn player. We saw it a lot last split when he was playing in the LCD, the Division 1 of the Danish League. Very good Ornn player, one of the best that I've seen. So I think it's more of a case of them not allowing him to get it. Um, but yeah.
similar to the Gwen last game, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
As Diana has been locked in. Are they going to put Diana Yasuo?
It could.
Is quite common, but Yasuo not very good on this
Oh,
season.
never mind.
It's a
They go with
Kale.
a Kale. Very interesting here.
There is a lot of scaling
That is gonna
on
be
the
a
side of
Kale in the mid lane maybe.
Yeah, Kale mid has been quite prominent recently just because mid lane is a shorter lane, so it's easier for
Mm-hmm,
Kale to run back to a turret when she needs to in the early levels.
mm-hmm. And it is
Although
being matched with a Galio. Ooh,
I'd expect Kale top to be more popular now that she gets a lot more
never
XP.
mind.
But
They do go with this Braum, as I mentioned. A Braum against this Ornn, such a value pick, allowing to just fully cancel out his ultimate. Very strong here from them. And now with the bans. Viper here has hovered a lot of different champs to potentially try and throw off Gucci in terms of their bans, but we will see what happens.
Looks like they're going for an early game ADC if they do go through with the Caitlyn. Try to get rid of
Mm-hmm.
some of the early game power. The Ashe, another good one for the early game,
Mm-hmm.
as
And we
when you
do
want to
see
scale, you do need some things to carry you through the early games,
Mhm.
which can be these ADCs.
And we
And
see here
as I think,
Syndra being banned out was one of the champs that they were hovering. So question is, was that part of Viper's plan to do this, intentionally hover it to make it get banned, or is it just unfortunate? But again, Jin here also, it seems Viper just focusing on these ADCs rather than the supports.
I'm surprised they haven't gone through with the Caitlyn, especially into a Braum. Jin is a little bit more questionable to go into it, especially with it and with a Xin on the opposing side. Jin is a little bit less of a popular pick than the Caitlyn. What's the last ban going to be from Gushi Zhang? The Misfortune. A good ban to go for when there is a good amount of knockups on the side
Mm-mm.
of Abyssal Viper,
Very
keeping
true.
champions into the.
Oh, see, that's
What's that?
why they aren't banning it. They want it for
They
themselves
know it,
potentially.
or do they? Do they want to go for it? Do they want to go for something a bit more safe? I don't know how much scaling they want to go for, but a spell shield on the Sivir would be quite nice. Sivir Braum is
They
a
will
very
be
common
going for it.
combination.
Yeah, that will be a very,
But
very strong bot lane here. But let's see what good
for
Chi
now,
has to respond to it.
because you can get to pick their entire bot lane,
Yep.
having seen the Sivir Braum, so they can just pick a direct counter to it,
Hmm.
win lane, and then hopefully use that during the early game while Kale scales. That almost rhymes, but let's see where they want to go. They could pick the Caitlyn now. Caitlyn into Sivir is not perfect because Sivir could always spell shield things like her ultimate, but the Smolder. How much scaling are we going to have? How much scaling can we see in one game? As the support pick, what's a scaling support? That seems to be their trend right now.
Uh,
Thresh, he's got
Thresh,
his
yeah.
souls to scale with.
I mean,
Um,
Swain support is scaling.
yeah, yes. Um, I think I'd rather prefer the Thresh the just for the tankiness in the front line
It will be a Lulu.
as Lulu.
Bit more
Some
traditional
shields,
as we see. But yeah.
a bit more of a front to back, except with the Diana, that sort of throws things into the mix. As what's going to be on the side of Abyssal Viper they want? Something that can deal damage through the front line and has a little bit of peel, perhaps. I don't think they really want anything that just sits at the back. So the Hui, maybe a little bit of a. I don't really like the Hui pick personally, especially into the Kale, as Hui's all skill shots based. I'd like to have seen something a little bit more oppressive. He was the best Hui E West, I'm being told, so I'm I'm ready to be corrected. But Hui, in my opinion,
uh,
as if he's not the best way West, if it was just a good way,
yeah.
I'd like to see something else,
Question
something a bit more oppressive.
is he actually the best EOS, or is he just Biscuit here again, looking out for his seemingly good friend Seber? But now we saw it last game. Seber is very, very talented mid laner. He's very, very good. Um, so it wouldn't doubt me that he will be popping off here. Just waiting for the what is it called? Just waiting for the ready call here from Viper, and then we will get the game started.
I can't see the chat, so I don't know what's going on. But
Yeah.
these two drafts, either side, they have elements of certain styles of play. The Abyssal Viper, they are very clearly going for a front to back team fight. They've got the Aatrox, the Braum, Zinzao as very, very tanky frontliners who can heal a lot. Zinzao and Aatrox probably both going for a Sundered Sky to get even more healing off of first auto attacks against enemy champions.
Mhm.
And they're just going to be very, very difficult to kill the first, dare I say, 25, 30 minutes of this game against a Kel and a Smolder, at least until the Kel hits level maybe 16 or 3 items, whichever happens
Ooh.
first. And then when the Smolder gets his execute, that's really the point where you're going to be able to kill these two champions. And I'm realizing something that Gucci picked in order. So they picked their champions for their role in the order they will appear in, hopefully,
Um,
Unless Kale jungles now.
it seems not. From what I'm reading here in the chat, it is gonna be an Ornn mid lane.
You know that does make sense now that there is um, extra levels in the top side. Gives Kale her levels quicker, lets her scale faster, so
Mhm.
maybe that'll work out well for them. But just looking at their team comp, it looks like they've got Diana, who, admittedly, you can go for a more tanky Diana build. You can go more Bruiser with some more tank items and just going more or less for burns, or you can go for the one-shot build. If you go for one-shot, then you're wanting to more dive whilst the rest of your team wants to play a front to back, which having a split identity across the team
Auto shutdown
isn't the
initiated.
greatest of ideas. It can work, that's for sure. We've seen it work before, and we'll see it work again.
Auto shutdown
But
cancelled.
there is going to be a little bit of competition there.
Mhm.
Xin Zhao into Diana.
Mic off.
I think the Xin Zhao is a very good pick here. The Smolder will be at too much of a range to damage him unless he
Mic
gets to go
on.
within the ultimate. Same with the Kale. As I heard the sound of picking. I thought for some reason I was put on a team.
My headset has a mind of its own. It keeps auto shutting off and turning off my mic and stuff. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Um,
So that's why I do have a Bluetooth headset, but I'm currently using a wired one.
Mine is wired in as well. That's the weird issue. I don't know what is happening, and I am sorry to all the
Is
viewers that has to listen to my headset speaking.
yeah,
It is a bit weird, but
is it directly like USB into your computer? Is it
yeah,
in a hub?
it's
Yeah.
directly right.
Okay. Well,
So
we'll see as
yeah.
the picks go through. We see the Kale on the top side. We see Ornn in the mid lane,
Mhm.
which gives Kale a more oppressive lane.
Yep, for
Kale into
sure.
Aatrox probably is not the greatest thing for Kale to be. Survive till level 6, Kale, you're happy.
Yeah.
Before level 6, it's just a little bit torturous for the Kale.
Mm.
After level 6, she's okay. Ornn is never going to die to this way. Hui early levels simply won't be able to do enough damage to kill him, especially with some MR under his belt. That Ornn is going to be able to survive a long time. It's just going to be whether Kale can scale fast enough. I'm seeing in chat Biscuit, you're saying that Xin Zhao is just a free game, sorry. I do think that's somewhat true. Having so much range damage on the side of Gushigang,
Mm.
the Xin Zhao is going to have a lot of value in these fights. Going to block a lot of damage with his ultimate.
Mm.
It is whether the Diana is really able to. It's whether Diana can kill him. And if Diana goes for a one-shot build, it's going to be give or take because Xin Zhao is healing and his shield, I believe.
Mm.
I don't know if it's passive to him or whether it goes just from Eclipse.
I have
One way or
no
another,
idea.
it's going to be difficult to get. It's going to be difficult to kill, to pick off. So the Diana may be struggling to have an identity in this game,
Mm.
as they're going to have to choose very early whether they go for a one-shot build or a bruiser build. But then that decision kind of tracks what they do throughout the entire game. You have to play very differently if you're being a one-shot Diana to a bruiser.
I think we will see the what's it called Dusk and Dawn coming from Diana. We spoke about it shortly in the last game. Such a strong item right now. A lot of different champs building it first item. So I think we will see that happen again this game with this Diana. But yeah, for the game in general, I think Viper here will look to play quite aggressive early on. Look for these early drakes, as also being mentioned in the chat as well. I think they will be looking to stack these drakes early and finish the game as quickly as they can to avoid this Kale scaling, the smaller scaling as well. So
We'll see how long our spectator delay is. Thank you, Biscuit, for saying we're. I'm just going to say that he's saying we're better than the LEC broadcast. I think
for sure,
I think that's relatively fair to say. You sort of it's a very much thing about the same thing with parenting. You parent very much how your parents parented you. I said the word parent way too much in that
Yeah, I
sentence,
was
but
like, holy.
hopefully, You follow the way you do things. You learn from how you see other people do them.
Mm.
So we will find out as we keep going forwards. But we try to have a little bit of fun. If we're stating fact, we're stating fact. If we're chatting absolute bull, we're chatting absolute bull.
Yeah, that will
And
happen sometimes. It usually
like,
depends how
we're
the
saying
games
how
go.
we're saying how the Xin Zhao is going to have a lot of value and the Diana is going to struggle to have an identity. If the game ends up being the Xin Zhao is absolutely useless and the Diana 1v9s, so be it. But at least after the game, we will say that we were wrong
Yeah.
and that the Diana did do a lot.
But I think Diana, if she want to really have an impact this game, she needs to play it really well. Which I think is gonna be hard against this team. Like the Braum, the Aatrox, the Xin Zhao is gonna be able to block her off from basically doing anything. So yeah, I think she will have a very rough game. I think they will have to rely on the Smolder and the Kale for them to
Auto
scale up
shutdown
and get strong.
initiated.
Why is my headset shutting off again now? Stop! Like it's just telling
Well,
me it's
we
shutting
have
off, but it's not actually shutting off. What is this? I'm gonna try
we've
shutting
got
it
15
off.
seconds left on our delay, and hopefully after that we'll be able to get into the
Auto
game. Unlike last
shutdown
time,
cancelled.
we have hopes so far that we'll be able to do this. Let's find out. As I've gone back to getting reconnect and I've gone back to getting reconnect and quit. I don't know about you.
Yeah, same.
Powering off.
So we may have to do this the same way as we did previously, which means we'll have to wait. Hopefully,
Powering on.
Felix will be able to come in and tell us whether they've gotten in
Mic on.
or not.
My headset has
We
a
can-
voice of its own right now. What is happening? Alright, yep. Have
yep,
been
same as last game.
Let me just quickly find one of them. There he is. I don't know why this is happening, but at least it still allows us to spectate the game. 'Cause we have had issues before where spectating just wasn't working whatsoever. But at least this time we do have some way of actually getting to spectate the game. Here you can see some
And
mastery
luckily
points.
this time we won't miss level 1 action.
Here you can see some mastery points on the different players. It does seem that he does have a lot on this way, so maybe the facts about him being one of the best is correct.
Well, even at this point on the way, would it not have been better off to go first strike?
Could have been. Could be.
And even for the
definitely.
Ornn to not have grasp, because with a range into melee matchup, especially as a Hui, you can print money against an Ornn.
Yep.
Because you can just constantly proc in your first strike, as get a little bit of trading on the bot side, just a Q to both sides from both Braum and the Smolder.
But yeah,
That's
you're
that
right.
could
First
mean-
strike could have been good,
That could
but
have been a free 10 gold to the Hui.
but I think in general,
He's-
as we spoke about, they will be looking to play a bit more early on, and I think Comet giving that extra poke is just gonna allow them to do a bit more early on. I think that is the thought process here, but I could be wrong.
I suppose, but I still don't think the Hui will ever be able to get onto this.
No.
Onto the Ornn as Flash used by the Smolder and the Braum, trying to proc the passive. No success, but so Smolder just able to walk away. It is a bit scary to me seeing that the red side, they're getting out-poked by the side of Kushigan.
I mean, it makes sense in the bot lane at least.
you gotta see the Braum.
I'd say Smolder, if he can hit the W, is gonna be able to poke a lot. You have this Lulu who's just constantly annoying you, but then in the mid lane, it's the complete opposite. This Hui is just bullying this Ornn, not allowing him to really do anything.
That is true, as the wave will push it back out towards Abyssal Viper on the bot side. As you see, there's stacked minions. And is the Smolder going to get them all? Not quite all of them. So Sivir, if she's able to get some perfect farming,
Xin Zhao here though
Xin Zhao
is looking for something.
He's not been seen
There's the
yet.
flash. Tries to go in though. Doesn't get the Smolder, but
Two
now
stacks.
turning his attention to this Lulu. Lulu having to flash away as well.
No, not up.
There's the flash though from the
As flash from
Sivir
Sivir.
coming in. Now since I'm going in, but there's a kill for the Lulu. There's a double kill for the Lulu to start off this game. Not quite what you want to see from Gucci Gang, but it's still 2 kills.
I'm sorry, what just happened?
I don't know.
It looked like a Sivir just flashed under turret, took turret aggro by attacking someone, then died.
Yeah, I don't. I
So-
couldn't tell you.
The only good news is that Lulu got both those kills.
Yeah.
The bad news is Smolder still gets the stacks, as Wei getting some good damage down onto the Ornn, but they've got a rejuvenation bead and a biscuit.
On here though, with the passive onto Lulu. There's 2 stacks, there's 3 stacks, there's the 4th, there's the stun. Now they are looking, can Sivir get this kill? That will be a kill for Sivir. Here's the Black Shield to avoid some more since are coming in to secure a kill as well. So it ends up going quite well there. Gets the kills back, and this time they get it on the right champs. Now it's the Diana here though, since are trying to go in. But both Sivir and Braum being very low can't really help. Diana now low, has to flash away. Since knows he needs to back off now. Again, there's Ornn here, not able to play. But now doing a lot of damage away. Has no mana, but is still able to pick up the kill.
This game is constantly just overextensions from either side, getting punished. And I guess I was wrong that Wei will never kill this Ornn. I suppose if Ornn decides to run straight at the Wei's face, Wei might be able to do something about it.
Yeah.
That seems to be what's happened, as a good chunk gold lead, about 700 gold to the side of Abyssal Viper, seemingly just carrying over what happened last game. But we do have some accelerated scaling on the bot side as the Smolder. With all the fighting able to get some stacks, can we have a look at how many stacks Smolder's got?
Yep. Let me get it here.
Let's have a quick
look.
We're looking at 28 stacks.
It's not there it is. 28.
He's got the AoE. He's got the AoE for it, but
yep.
We're looking at roughly, I suppose for Smolders, we're looking at roughly like a 18, 19 minute if you're stacking well to get your execute. So we are still obviously a way off that.
Shut up, Felix. I know my headset has a mind of its own. I don't know what is happening with it today. Yeah.
Is it coming through onto the stream?
Yes.
Is that? So the stream is also hearing your headset. Okay.
Yes.
As Kale able to get some good trading into the Aatrox. She's now hit level 6, so is ranged. So it's definitely going to be able to fare off better in this lane so far. Down 15 CS, as you may have expected in these early levels. Diana sneaking through the bushes. Kale's not, I hope, not really going to be stepping up though, as she wants to be able to keep her range from the Aatrox. She does have P to press the attack, so it's going to fare off better on these sort of medium to short range trades or duration trades, rather than the long ones with the Aatrox with the Conqueror to do better off on. Corki did just miss a stack, don't worry about it, but does gain 2 in the meantime with that W.
Yeah, now it's on his way down here.
Does get spotted by the ward, so just turns around to do her Krugs.
Yeah.
Going to spawn intensity. I am of a very harsh minority of people that think Smolder does not need Essence Reaver.
I used to be, but with the changes and the buffs to everything, Essence Reaver has gotten quite strong. Which is also why I think we've seen a lot of the champs that utilize Essence Reaver a lot has gotten significantly higher win rate and is a bit stronger. So I'll definitely recommend doing it. But yeah, can we mute this Lulu? What is Lulu doing?
Who's just? I don't know, but someone's just invited me to a Summoner's Rift game. I think I'm not going to be accepting that. As was Lulu just laughing the entire time because I've got everything muted, so I've got no.
Yeah, that could be what is happening. I mean, yeah, Lulu does have a really annoying laugh.
I think she's using it to goad the opposing lane, but we're kind of falling for the bait anyway. As Kale and Aatrox doing an extended fight on the top side.
Aatrox using his with the ulti, but not really doing too much with it. Just making sure that he can stay in lane, get this wave pushed in. Needs to be careful though. Diana is up there, but so is Sensao. Okay, my headset has stopped talking. Now it's just beeping. Oh, he has the Ornn with the ult. He did not go up there as well. Shenxiao now taking a lot of damage. He will fall here. Can't Wei do anything. Gets a lot of damage. There will be Diana falling. Kill coming down now. But the kill ulti here. onto this orange way though, timing it well, does get some damage off. Not quite enough to get the kill. He gets one though, so it will be a 1-for-1. Really, really good. Oh, Hui here looking for this kill. Gets the kill. Has the ward to get it. Really, really strong there.
As the Smolder
Smolder not happy about this kill. Holy.
I suppose Smolder was able to watch the whole thing as was running back to lane.
Yeah, true.
I'm slowly getting more and more like as Smolder's going forwards onto the Civet, able to get away.
Oh, there's the ulti from Braum, but Lulu instantly flashing it. Very, very good flash there from her. Not so much to laugh about now, though.
The way that this way is getting his kills is kind of just he's being fed them.
Yeah.
Dare I say? They're kind of just walking into his face and seeing what happens. Which I suppose is for a mage kind of how you need to get your kills. There's not many kill threats you've got.
True.
Let's see what Smolder can do stacking this wave. That was a juicy 4-stack there and then misses a minion, but you're able to get 4 stacks on it. 80 stacks already. This is going to be a very quickly stacked Smolder. Gets another. So, and a plate as well. As 1,500 is the gold lead to the side of Abyssal Viper as the Lulu's base gets cancelled.
But I do think, yeah, we do see here all of that gold lead is sitting on this way. Who is up? He has up 3 kills. Strong lead there. Small lead in the top lane as well.
I suppose the Ornn doesn't really need much gold to be useful, as he is a tank. So not much gold is necessary as the Kayle running circles around the Aatrox.
Yep.
And able to get the press the attack down for the extra damage. As Smolder continuing to stack away at these minions.
Also stacking away at the pings of spam pinging this way with the shutdown. Yeah, I think Felix is a bit right here. Oh, yeah, this way just bullying him, not allowing him to do anything.
As now we keep just cycling through these lanes as the waves crash and come at each other at different times. Hui just constantly able to push in these waves. Simply just by the fact he's got AoE magic damage.
Oh, now needs to be careful though, the end of there. But with the whatever spell combination that is to get the move speed, is able to get away.
WW, I think.
I couldn't tell you.
It's W.
Oh, wait here with the ulti onto this Diana.
Sure it's W is all it is.
So much damage and the Comet to secure the kill. And that is why you go with Comet over first strike.
I suppose it is, yeah.
Can he get the Ornn as well? There's the flea. Gets a lot of damage, but is it enough? Not
it's
quite.
One more ability.
Oi.
He's gonna have a QE.
And there is the Swain W, as I called it.
Yep. But I'm pretty sure Hui's like movement speed and shielding is all on his W. And then all of his like CC is on his E, and then his damage is on his Q. That's what I gathered from my 2 games of playing Hui and then giving up.
I have never played him whatsoever. But yeah, this way kind of is, yeah, to quote the chat, a fucking demon this game.
Diana fighting as Xin Zhao. Diana has gone for her like Lich Bane item, so looks like we're going towards more of a one-shot Diana.
There's the flash from Diana now going in with the help of Ornn, but here comes the Braum as well. Is able to get a lot the way there as well to just pump out damage. That will be Ornn falling as well. Now looking at 6 kills, just building on this lead. 4k gold lead for Abyssal Viper now.
The side of Gushi Gang, they have to realize they're not waiting. They don't have to take fights. They're waiting for this Smolder, for this Kayle to scale. They're not trying to win this game through the early and the mid game. So, taking fights in the jungle, they need to just. They can give up things. They can give up camps. They can give up a few objectives right now, because Smolder is almost at his 125 stack, which means he'll get
sitting already at 114, 12.5 minutes into this game.
Yeah. So that's not what that's not how they're trying to win, and yet it's the way they're playing. Is to put it very bluntly, is pretty much just wrong. I can't really describe it any other way, because it is a series of mistakes that are coming from a mentality that they need to win a different way. And they see the Kayle has now hit level 10, so 1 level away from getting her the waves of damage off her auto attacks. The Sivir has now come towards mid lane. I believe she'll be done with her lane quests now. Most champions will be done with it.
Yep.
I'm sure Hui was done with it a while ago. As Aatrox is actually level 11, so is Kayle now. Will have those little waves on her auto attacks doing some damage. Let's see if she has her Nash's Tooth in base, as she is going back to base while having her top lane jungle invaded. Does have ultimate on
They
both
are
the
looking to
Kayle
stack
and
this
Diana.
top lane here. Will they look for the dive? Sivir on her way as well. Ornn is slowly moving up, but will he be in time? Now to see if they can execute this
Counter
well.
ult.
There's the Braum going in with the ultimate. There comes the Xin Zhao. The Aatrox, they will get the first, and there is the second. No one dying. That is a almost perfect executed dive.
I feel a little bit like Ornn ultimate could have been used just from a range with the long knock up, but it was a very well executed dive, having 4 on top. The Braum tanking the turret, as he's probably the one who can tank the most shots,
Yep.
being the tank.
And also
And having
only the heal being used as the summoner spells here. So still having
a
flash
very
on all
big
of the
tower, though.
members. So very, very well there from them. In the meantime, Hui in the bot lane is able to just free hit this tower.
I am surprised that Mr. Miyagi doesn't play Lee Sin. There's a bit of a disappointing reference that hasn't come to fruition for me.
True. I think he is a on main, or at least he used to be. Don't know if he still is though.
We're able to claim bot lane at tier 1, so a very good amount of
Powering
gold
off.
coming into the Hui. We know the Hui is going to be the thing that has to be killed.
Okay,
It's
now
just
my
going to be
headset
what
just
we can do
turned
it.
off. What the heck?
But we can still
shutdown
hear you, so don't worry
cancelled.
about that. As Xin Zhao looking in the mid lane, but Smolder's just going to have to keep stacking. And the Smolder stacks is really what's going to be dangerous.
Powering on.
The execute can't proc from a Xin Zhao within his ultimate, but it can apply
Mic
onto a
on.
Xin Zhao, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So even though the damage from the Smolder doesn't go through, the execute sort of threshold can get placed, and the burn does start happening.
Very true.
So if a
very
Xin Zhao
true.
ultimate dies, if a Xin Zhao ultimate,
Now it's the Aatrox here going for the zone. Mr. Miyagi, is he able to get anything? Not really. On using the unstoppable there. DW, I think it is.
so if a
Top
Xin
lane
Zhao
now
ultimate
falling.
falls with the burn on him, it can go through as the Smolder. These sort of fights are very good for the Smolder just because he gets 3 stacks. That's 3 stacks just immediately for him. And the Xin Zhao coming again does miss the W, so nothing gonna come out from it. As the Ornn able to clear out these waves, does have full magic resist into an Aatrox. Isn't the tankiest of Ornns. And what's going to happen on this top side, the Rift Herald is up and available. We are looking at a Cloud Soul this game, which for an Aatrox, for a Sivir, is very good. An Aatrox
very big.
gets movement speed anyway.
I have
it would be
I have just realized the Ornn build here. I know a certain person here, Mr. Miyagi, is most likely sitting right now laughing very, very much. Since this item on Ornn is very commonly built, but actually looking at it, not actually that great since it gives a lot of wave clear, but Ornn already have so much wave clear. It's not actually that necessary. So there's a lot better magic resist items like the Koenig Buchen that I would have probably gone for. So yeah.
Well, I dare say that the mid laner is not a very common Ornn player.
It's very true, very true.
Unless something very weird is happening within this team. Fizz, I guess, actually it's Cushy Gang, so we'll find out, I suppose. But here we go with an 8,500 gold lead to Abyssal Viper. And it's
Also,
gonna be
fun to note, this Diana has no place to live. As we talked about, it's
Yes.
hard for her to have any kind of identity this game.
And what's her next item going to be? Is it going to be like is that a rocket belt she's going for next, or
It could be
Try-
many things, I think. Now it's the
True.
Aatrox here trying for this Ornn, but Ornn is still quite tanky. Here comes the
have his
ultimate
gun
though, has
properly
to
stacked.
kill as well, but Aatrox with the flash to get away. Luring all of them to this top lane, allowing the rest of Viper to just take this Drake for free. As Felix
Can we
is
do a
saying,
stack
game
check
is
on the
looking
Smolder,
really
please?
good. Smolder currently sitting at 1 something 3, if the chat can... Hello, chat?
I think it's 180. think that's 183. We can
188.
yeah,
Yep.
188. So would have been 183 at the time. So only looking at about 2-3 more minutes, and then the Smolder will have his execute, which isn't the most HP execute you can find. Obviously, you've got Elder Dragon, and the Ornn just gonna get combo one more combo to CC'd,
And there he
and
falls.
flashes into a Sivir to
Yep.
give her the kill, I suppose.
Very unfortunate there for the flash over the wall, but a Sivir standing there waiting. Will now push
Turret
this
down as
tower.
well.
Aatrox saving the top lane.
Here's a way for Smolder, I guess, as Diana starts taking it. It looks like on Gucci Gang, there's a little bit of a mental break here. Looks like they're not exactly in the greatest of mentalities. And there is a way for them to come back and win this game being 9,000 gold down. It's just they need this Smolder, they need this Kale, who Kale's still only on one item, 1.5 now. Smolder does have 2. I don't know whether he's got boots because we don't see it in his in the hotbar anymore.
You most likely do.
Which is something that I don't like about the Spectator HUD this season. We can't see whether they've got their boots because we can't see their 7th slot.
I'd assume
Plus
they have.
25.
Judging from the move speed,
As Diana is finding out why she's homeless, as she cannot do anything to a Sivir. Smolder still stacking up on this bot side, must be only 1 or 2 stacks away. He's able to get a few free ons in the Aatrox as the Crystalline Overgrowth, acting as the Demolish, does maximum 500 damage on a turret.
And here is the
And
Ornn
Ornn-
now just falling again with the execute, or the tower dive here. Execute
finding
it
out
to
they need
perfection.
armor. Finding out the tanks
shutdown
into ADCs
initiated.
need armor. As Kale is getting dropped lower and lower, the QE is going to drop again, forcing Kale to use her ultimate. Divine Retribution. As it doesn't exactly go Kale's way. And Smolder, what are we looking at? No execute yet, as he has just actually got it from that minion, so execute for Smolder is online. Well, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage just yet, but it is a burn and execute on the Zong side.
No, Diana here trying to look for something, but here comes Miyagi. Can he catch out this Diana? He can with the help of the Rom.
Really well.
The way there as well, just pumping the damage in, and Diana will fall. Again,
there's a lot of
hard for her
resources
to
used
do
on the
anything.
Diana.
Now the Ornn with the TP here, he's gonna get caught, but Smolder doing so much damage now. They need to be careful. He has his stacks. There is the first one for him.
Shutdown.
It is gonna be Rom falling, but now Ornn is falling. It is gonna be the Xin Zhao here. Miyagi as well on the Aatrox now pumping in as well. But Smolder with another. Can Aatrox do anything now? He will not.
Smolder's still alive.
Smolder is just pumping out the damage with that execute, doing so much now. He's hit the stacks. He is now gonna be deadly. So this game,
Kiting from the Smolder was just, that was beautiful kiting to get away from 3.
but it's now very
Is
low, and he should be
gonna
careful.
go
But
away.
here it is. He goes for the way. Can the burn get him? No,
Shield.
not quite. The shield there is able to keep him alive.
So unfortunately, it would have been another 1,000 gold onto him, whether he got either one of the 2.
We see Summit here coming in, rooting for the Smolder. Not who you should be rooting for, but we go for it. We go for it. Nuggy rooting for the red team here. Oh yeah, again, Wei here, so much damage onto this Diana. Can she do
Just Wei.
anything? Tries, but again, as we talked about, has no way of really playing this game.
That's a haunting, guys, for Diana. So what even builds out of that, which also has a Fiendish Codex? I don't actually know off the top of my head. It is interesting, to be sure. It's going to be Abyssal Viper getting the Baron.
Yep.
And this game has just been incredibly dominant by them. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get the Smolder in the previous fight until he'd gotten a triple kill, but apart from that, this game has been incredibly one-sided, and the Wei has been there to pick up all the scraps. And kind of unmentioned by us, this Sivir now has 7 kills.
Yeah, very true. I mean, Sivir's
And
just been
actually
doing her
quite
thing,
unfair.
just farming up, getting items, and is now looking very strong as well. So it's
Wei
gonna be
just keeps
hard.
clearing away.
It's gonna be hard now for Gucci Gang to really do anything, I think.
Next dragon in 5 seconds is
Oh,
going to be
here
sold
again.
for Gucci Gang. It's Diana.
Diana here again, not
Really
able
well
to
for
do
used.
anything, will fall. But Smolder here is trying to do something to the Sivir, to the Xin Zhao, not quite able to do anything. Ornn now falling. Aatrox in
jumped
there
on.
on the back, gets the Lulu, gets the Smolder.
That's an ace.
Sivir does fall, but Aatrox with the last one onto the Kale. That will be an ace, and they are now gonna run it in the mid lane with the Baron buff to try
Would
and
not be
close out
surprised if
this
that's
game.
at least 2 inhibitors.
Yeah, they won't be able to
Maybe
fully
some Nexus
close it
turrets,
out
but
here. But maybe they send this out to the bot lane just to
we're
open
gonna
up a
find
bit
out.
more.
Hwei still has his ultimate, so he can still one-shot somebody.
It's just
Diana's gonna be the
Diana,
first one up.
and then Lulu. Got another 10 seconds till any real threat comes out. But
As
yeah,
Diana is peaking, the Hwei is relatively low, so
they will
maybe
just,
only 1 or 2 smolder queues, but
they will
it's
just
just
play
going to
it
be the
safe.
2 inhibitors back away, get soul, maybe. Hwei's basing, looks like they're going to base instead rather than get soul.
Yep.
As Zindel wants to just take away the red buff, does he? Or he's just using it to get closer to the dragon.
Yep.
As at this point, during these seasons, it's weird to see laners be the same as the top laners.
Yeah.
As in, Hwei is a higher level than both top laners.
That is very true.
As
Hwei pumps the ultimate onto this Ornn, getting some damage. Diana actually gets the steal, but will fall. So, she did get some kind of identity this game as a thief. Stole the Drake, but now the TP here from Aatrox towards this top lane. Rest of Viper going through the mid lane to apply some pressure here with the Baron buffs.
The Kale must be close to 16, which will give her another, was it 50, 75 range? But the Kale doesn't have the items to do damage.
So much damage onto this Lulu with just one ability.
Corki also waiting on this Infinity Edge, which is going to be his next item, and will have to be bought now if it's going to mean anything in this game. There's going to be a 3rd inhibitor taken by Abyssal Viper. None of them are going to be respawning anytime soon. Smolder able to get away from the Aatrox for now, as he's able to get some damage down just by queuing minions. Aatrox incredibly low. Smolder not going to commit his ultimate to it.
Nope. But yeah.
Try to be able to get the kill.
Viper here is able to open up their enemy base completely, getting all the inhibs. Just the Nexus Tower is now standing. Just looks to clear out the Gucci Gang's jungle here. Get some resets in and probably look for one last fight to end off this game. We have about 2.5 minutes to the Baron spawns. Oh, but here is the Brom taking some damage, but his E allowing to just block basically all of it.
He's taking damage, but he's taking damage from Diana. So, I don't really know how much damage he's truly taking.
That is very true.
As Diana's got a Rift Maker. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Diana doesn't live long enough for the Rift Maker to give her any healing.
No. Not
because it's got to be what, 5 seconds of combat? 3 seconds of combat?
Yeah, I think it's 3. For each. No,
4 seconds.
Yeah, each second's up to 4 seconds for full
so,
stack.
Slap bang in the middle, I guess. And I don't think she's gonna live long enough. Let's find out. As the Ornn is given an upgraded item to the Smolder, and it's his rapid fire cannon.
That is very interesting. It's giving him a bunch of attack speeds.
Yeah, I didn't think that would be. I think he'd wait until the Infinity Edge to give a little bit of that, but
yeah, or at least put it on the
we'll
Essence Reaver or something. But
as it looks like Abyssal Viper is waiting for this bot lane wave, which gives the Smolder time to go back. Is he going to get the Essence Reaver? He does. The Infinity Edge, sorry. So that Infinity Edge is finished by the Smolders. 4 items on him.
He will now.
He's going to be packing a punch.
He will do a lot of damage now. Here's a Brom ulti, not really hitting anyone. They are going for the turrets, but the wave clear here from Gucci Gang is just too strong. Wait, so much damage onto this Diana. Not quite the one shot that they were hoping for. Now the Ornn ulti coming in. Brom having to flash away. Sivir being caught is gonna fall to this Smolder. Smolder with so much damage now with this Infinity Edge, the execute. How many stacks he's looking at right now? Currently sitting at 380 stacks. Also Hwei with no mana.
I think Smolder's execute now remains constant, so it's always a certain percentage, but the burn is what deals more damage. I think Smolder's execute is permanently around, I think it's like 6.25 around there percent HP. But the burn does more as the Hwei TP's out of the fight, which was probably necessary. I wasn't looking at where the Hwei is. Diana is almost losing to the super minion.
But But yeah.
As she's still sat there on 2 items. Kale as well, who's clearing out the next wave. Hopefully Kale is enough for another item. And you're seeing that the front line on the side of blue is enough with the Ornn to tank long enough for the Kale to get damage down. Smolder to deal damage through the tanks of Abyssal Viper, as Abyssal Viper here has started the Baron. It's going to be a very quick take.
Yeah.
Sivir's not there, so maybe a little bit slower than they would actually like. With Sivir, it would be deleted by now, but the side of Gushi Gang aren't going to be able to get out on time. Dana's only just making it to the tier 2 in the mid lane.
There is the Baron.
So that's
no
all that's gonna
smite
be
though,
done.
so was a bit dangerous to go for, but they
As
got it.
Lulu,
Oh, the Brom ulti here
Ult the
just about
flash.
misses the ulti because of the flash. Smolder tries to do some
Smolder's
damage.
doing a lot of damage.
But yeah.
He's got his what is it? It's not called a Last Whisper, but I can never remember what the components. It's called Last Whisper. Damn. Okay, I'm surprising myself. He's got his Last Whisper for a little bit of armor pen. Probably gonna go for a Lord Dominic's. There's not a whole lot of healing that he's got to be able to get through. The Aatrox isn't as like healing powered as you'd expect because it is a more lethality and just pure damage.
Yeah,
Aatrox.
very true, very true. But yeah, we see the Drake now has spawned Viper instantly on it, this time with the Sivir, so it will fall very, very quickly.
That's gonna be Soul.
It is. It is like Cloud Soul for the side of Abyssal Viper. Now with the Cloud Soul, with the Baron buff, they are looking for this mid lane to try and apply some pressure, potentially end the game. But again, this Smolder still alive is doing so much damage, it's gonna be hard for them to do anything.
Powering off.
The Smolder's definitely doing damage, you can tell that much. The Sivir losing that much from 1Q. Stacking up his Spirit Shojin as well, so he's going to have a little bit more
Auto shutdown
ability on
cancelled.
him as the Hui taking half his health from 1Q and W from the Smolder. So Hui, you do have to be careful, there is damage that can kill you. You may be
Powering
almost full
on.
build, but you are quite squishy. As have
Mic
only
on.
2 of the inhibitors have respawned, they have. One is still...
My headset is annoying me. What is happening? Keeps turning off and on and off and on.
through the tank, sorry. The Kale will slowly get more items. She's a little bit off a death cap, it looks like. And this Smolder, when he gets his Lord Dominic's full build, Smolder is just going to be very, very difficult to kill, while the Smolder can easily kill them. As it looks like on the side of Gucci Gang, they're all just grouping as 5, and a pause has been pulled through from the top side. And obviously all the chat messages come through at once. We don't know how long they actually took, because they all technically happened in the same second within the game, as the ticks are frozen. So we'll wait to see how long it takes for us to go back in. Obviously, when we go back in, as is classic with Spectator, we'll have a secondary pause for who knows how long. But hopefully it's not a reoccurring issue. As here we go again. See if we get a second pause as normal. Normally it happens around about now, but we look... I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like we're safe.
Yeah, they might have fixed it for the new season, hopefully.
Hopefully Riot's fixing something. And hopefully the client is what gets fixed next. Which
yep.
they did confirm, so
That is true.
I suppose we can't make jokes about that.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
We spoke
and
too
here's
soon.
second pause. Woo.
Spoke a bit too soon. There it is.
As the Smolder doing damage to the Sivir is actually down a level to the Sivir, which may be expected as 2 Barons does give a lot of XP.
Yeah.
And this is 3 inhibitors claimed again by Abyssal Viper. They're just not finding a fight to be able to actually end this game.
No.
With 3 sets, with a set of super minions from mid lane, and that wave on bot, which is very quickly being taken.
Yeah,
They need to look at taking out these turrets.
One here
The Ornn's
taking a
gonna be
lot
the
of damage.
focus.
Has to flash away. There's the Diana trying to do something here. Here's Xin Xiao coming in now. The Ornn ulti as well. Diana is dead. But Smolder doing so much damage. Aatrox now falls.
Hell on the side.
Kale here
No ultimate
is
on
on her own. Will fall as well. Aatrox did fall to the Smolder in the meantime though.
Smolder's back in the fountain, able to get a little bit of health back, and is back out.
There's a 3v4
Oh,
here.
Brawl.
There's the
Spheres.
second
He's
tower.
got his Whale's on him.
From very,
He's
very
getting one
low.
shot.
Now Smolder
Smolder's
is
down.
just gonna fall to this way. Where the damage is just Lulu standing. They're going for the Nexus. Hui trying to pump his KDA a bit, but not quite enough to get the Lulu. But that will be game 2 for the side of Abyssal Viper, meaning a 2-0 victory for this series. Very well played from them there. Looked a bit more rough towards the end of the game as the Smolder, the Kale, they hit their scalings and started to actually do a lot of damage. But in the end, where they were able to close it out and get the win for a 2-0 victory for this first round of the second division of the Danish league. Very well played to Gucci Gang, of course. Put up a good fight. Um, but yeah, I am exciting to see more of both Gucci Gang and of course Abyssal Viper as we will follow them through their journey of the league here. Um, but yeah, so just as a bit of an ender here, the Hui, so much damage. We actually see Smolder doing more damage. I mean,
Yeah, Smolder was
yeah,
carrying towards the end. There was
yeah,
not much they could do, but in the end, just throwing they had more resources that
yeah.
the Smolder could handle. And I hate to keep flogging a dead horse, but this Diana, that final fight, the Diana flashed forwards into a Braum ultimate and then got one shot.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was a very difficult game for the Diana to exist in. It was perhaps not the perfect pick that they were looking for.
no.
Another jungle champion could have perhaps worked better in their favor, but in the end, it was a very one-sided affair for 90% of the game.
Yep.
The early game went towards the Hui. The mid game went towards the Hui. It's just at the end there was some competition which,
Auto
if
shutdown
the side of
initiated.
Gucci Gang had kept up or not fallen so far behind in the mid and early game, they could have very easily come back and won this game.
For sure, for
But
sure.
it was just
I will quickly try and get a hold of the mid laner and see if he could be interested in coming in here and speaking a bit to us.
see what people have to say, especially that Hui performance in the last game. It's very good to get their opinion on what's happened. It is quite typical within teams that I don't know how many of your teams do this, Fizz, but some teams sort of change how shot calling works depending on how the game is going.
Mhm.
So typically, you want jungle support to be the ones who are calling things out because they're the two quote unquote playmakers on the team. But if one player is very far ahead, like Wei in this scenario, they will take the shot calling lead because they're the ones who have the most sort of apt view of how the game is going.
Well,
Um,
I am sorry to interrupt you here, but we do have Zebra now coming in, the mid laner of Abyssal Viper, for a quick interview. Hello, Zebra. Welcome to.
Hello, hello.
So that was a hell of a performance here in the game too.
Yeah,
Just
I heard you guys were doubting the way, so I had to show.
I mean, it was getting hyped a bit in the chat. Someone was talking about you being the best
Yeah,
Hoi
yeah,
player
yeah.
in the EU West. Um, so we of course had to see it for ourselves, and I think you proved yourself and showed that you know this champ quite well. Um, but yeah, just tell me a bit. What was the thought process going into the game? Like, you knew you were going against an Ornn in the mid lane, which is not something you typically see. So, just talk to me a bit on like what was the game plan going into this game?
I mean, first of all, shout out to Rifle in the chat. Was my old coach, so gotta do it.
Makes sense, makes sense.
And actually, I only noticed that I was against On in Champ Select. I completely misunderstood what they told me in the chat, so I was a bit confused. But I figured out I was against On then, and I mean, I'm playing Wayne to On. He takes Grasp. I just checked. He procced it 6 times during the game. He also has Demolish. He never procced Demolish. I mean,
Yeah.
I am not sure, but I mean, I was just chilling, like poking him out, getting prio, telling my teammates you can do whatever you want. I'll just move whenever. And I guess Diana wanted to gank me, and Yeah, she shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we talked a lot about
I will
this
say though,
this Diana.
yeah, you can go.
She was yeah, we talked a lot
Yeah,
about
yeah,
this Diana. She was kind of homeless for the most of the game. Didn't really have any kind of purpose. Wasn't able to do much. Like you were so far ahead in the mid lane. Top lane, Miyagi on the Aatrox, of course, doing his thing in the top lane. And then the
yeah,
bot lane, as we know, always very, very strong. From also ending up going 9-3 towards the end, getting some kills, getting strong. Um, so yeah. But I
yeah.
quickly
Very well played
also
to the team as well. Yeah.
let's just see. Let's just yeah. In the first game, let me quickly find the thing here. Yeah, first game you were against the Fish. Um, it's a typical matchup people hate. So
I
yeah,
hate it.
I can imagine. So yeah,
I
just
absolutely hate it.
because the first game was a bit more even, I'd say. There was a bit more back and forth. You had the control for most of the game, but kind of lost it towards the mid game. So what was the thoughts there? Just walk me through what happened in that mid game. Looks like you kind of lost control.
Um, I mean, are you talking first game, right?
Yeah, first game.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling the guys in first game that like Fizz is probably gonna have prior on the map unless I like can actually get him low before 6, because when he gets 6, right, it's just very easily to kill because he also has Ignite.
Yeah.
I ended up like just getting a good CS lead on him. I kept like decent vision around my lane and just kind of played back. And I feel like jungle was mostly just controlling that game. Because the Wukong was trying to force a lot of stuff in top lane, which
Mhm.
was like fine for us because we were like getting stuff on bot and we were also taking Wukong's jungle because he didn't clear it.
Mm.
So Jace was just getting massively ahead in that game as well. I did get a bit jump scared from the Garen already being down in the butt bush when he killed me.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna be there already, but I guess it's like the new fucking thingy, yeah.
Yeah, the new home guard,
Home
you can
guards,
come
right?
so quick. Yeah, I mean it is a Garen. He's just gonna spin on you, and then with the ulti, it will always happen. Uh,
Yeah, like he's face rush as well, and when he gets the slow on me and face rush, like my face rush does nothing because I'm not gonna get away.
mm. But yeah, last thing I quickly wanna talk to you about the support. Of course, it's the as I talked about in the start of the stream here, start of the games. It was first time playing with him. Um, for all of you as a team. How do you think that went? Like, what was the thought process there? Because like, it's a complete new player coming in playing an official game. Did that affect you in any kind of way?
No, I feel like he came in very like naturally. I also played some other trials with him before, so I had like experience with him before, and I feel like he's pretty good.
Oh, that's nice.
Um, and yeah, I mean, like bot lane was very stable like all of the games.
Mhm.
Like they were playing very pretty well, and like it felt very natural to play with the support. Like he was talking the things he needed, and he was listening when like I was talking about stuff I needed, like maybe some vision or maybe like walk here and stuff like that. And I felt like he just fit in very well. So
That is good to hear. Good to hear.
unusually natural.
That is nice to hear. So we can expect to see more of him. So that is nice.
Yeah, definitely.
That is very good
At
to
least
hear.
from my perspective, at least.
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, of course. It comes down to the what's it called, to the coach in the end. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, I'm getting a question here in chat about the drafts. What were your opinions on the different draft in these games?
I felt like the dust was pretty good. Like I mean, I was kind of getting the champs I wanted as well, and I mean, I got R5 in a game as a mid laner, which is like, what the hell?
True, true, true.
And I mean, I like the draft. Like the coach has like good knowledge of what to pick and when to pick and stuff. We did discuss some things about maybe like there was some higher priors and stuff, but you know, in the end, I feel like we got like the matchups we wanted. Like in this game too, we have like Sin into Diana, and we
Mm.
have like Braum into the Ornn, and
Mm.
like only thing is we have a entire counter pick bot lane, but I mean it's a with a Sivir, so they can like kind of manage, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Um, but yeah, overall like felt like good draft and then very good teamwork as well on the team.
That is good to hear. Good to hear. But yeah, I don't have anything else. I just thanks for two amazing games, and we look forward to seeing more of you in the upcoming games.
Well,
I'll let you
you
go.
definitely will.
That is good. I'll let you go celebrate with the team.
Thank you.
All right,
Have
you
fun.
have a good
Bye.
one. Bye. All right, thanks to Sabra for coming in. But yeah, that will be everything we had for today. Um, so yeah, just quick reminders. Make sure to go follow our Instagram or Twitter. Also, go check out our website if you want to get some more information about any teams, players, or if you just have anything you want to check up on. There you can also see upcoming games. Next game we have is this Friday. I mentioned it briefly in between the games. I definitely recommend everyone to tune in if you have the time. It will be Abyssal Shadows going up against Abyssal Mask. So it is a friendly between two of our teams, but they have been lined up against each other in the Division 3 to play the first game of the league. So very very interesting there. So we will of course be streaming and casting that as well. Um, so I look forward to hopefully seeing a lot of you there as well. But besides that, I don't have too much more. So thank you to everyone watching, and I hope to see you again for our future streams. And thanks a lot to Ed for coming in and co-casting with me today.
Thanks for being here. Let's see you guys next time.
All right, see you everyone. Bye.